Welcome back to your latest industry recap. A new A380 customer, Korean Air's Boeing 777 Challenge, and a new A220 in 2027. Why not begin there, with Airbus moving ahead with the release of an updated A220 by 2027 as part of an enhancement to the program. The plane maker confirmed that even though the A220 has been consistently a passenger favourite, there's room to evolve the aircraft and take it to the required next level. As part of this, Airbus is bringing airspace to the series, with the award-winning design to begin being implemented on deliveries in 2026 and beyond. The change will see the cabin boast innovative features and raise passenger satisfaction levels, aligning the product with other Airbus aircraft families, such as the much larger A350, A330neo, and even the A320neo. As part of the airspace cabin, Airbus does say that features include XL bins, which are 20% lighter but also offer a 15% increase in bag capacity, allowing for more carry-on bags to be brought onto the aircraft. Additionally, lighting features will be installed with 16 million LED colours, allowing the cabin to be colour coordinated in the respective airline's branding and also changed during certain phases of the flight. While Airbus is committed to offering the airspace cabin across new A220 deliveries, it says that the retrofit will become available for existing customers of the A220 in the coming years. Alongside the announcement that airspace will arrive on the A220, the plane maker confirmed the launch of its 160-seater-300, which is scheduled to arrive in 2027 and increase the maximum capacity by around 10 seats. In a single class layout, it is typical to see the aircraft nowadays equipped with 146 seats due to certification requirements. However, with some changes, the 160-seat variant will become a reality, giving customers the lightest possible increase in capacity across their single-aisle flights to boost revenue and make the program more appealing. Remembering that all this discussion around the A220 and the changes does continue with the A220-500. This is still an unreleased aircraft variant in the family that would look to be a further stretch, with reporting stating that the CEO is also very keen on moving forward with such a release. But why that has not occurred at the moment is because the manufacturer wants to break even on the program and also achieve generalized profitability moving forward. That profitability will be directly tied with the ability to launch a new model, and that is going to take time. Most of the opinion that a production increase is what will make it a reality. Meanwhile, mystery has emerged across the industry with headlines in recent weeks. EFW have confirmed that their new customer ALG, represented by Gregory Thornton and Martin Anderson, were proud to announce the arrival of MSN 006. This is the first A380 to be served in Dresden on behalf of the client. The details shared in a LinkedIn post, and included in these comments were also notes about the good condition of the aircraft. Additionally, EFW confirmed the jet would complete a final maintenance check before the A380 would return to operation. The history of MSN 006 saw it be delivered to Singapore Airlines in March 2008, being among the first batch of the world's largest passenger plane that was introduced. However, the aircraft was a casualty of the reduction to the A380 fleet by Singapore Airlines, with the jet registered as 9V-SKC entering storage just 9 years later in November 2017. After a period in storage, the aircraft was one of the only ones that was able to find a new home, this driven by the lackluster second-hand market. It was registered in mid-2018 as 9H-MIP, and beginnings with High Fly Malta commenced. Unfortunately, High Fly's operation with the world's largest passenger plane turned out not to go as intended. It was rather a complete and utter disaster, and you can imagine that their stay with the world's largest passenger plane was certainly not a long one. With the candidates for a potential A380 acquisition remaining small, EFW confirmed in written statements that they represent a new owner of the A380, not Global Airlines, as some had rumoured. Global Airlines we know to be a startup in the UK hoping to launch scheduled passenger flights with the A380 and utilising the capacity of this jet to serve a worldwide network. While there have been many doubters regarding the business model for the airline, it has powered ahead and is attempting to complete the necessary steps to launch launch. Crucial to that has been the acquisition of new planes. Given that MSN 006 has not been dismantled, it was a unit of interest to the operations of global airlines. But in the end, a deal did not simply work out. Instead, it's been repositioned, where it'll provide as a new solution. Aerotimes analysis reveals that through the UK company house website, the sole director of PB Leasing Aircraft 9 serves as a director for Island Cruise Company, and that is identified by the registration of this aircraft. With no confirmation at the time of recording, speculation has naturally intensified around aviation forums that you might be a part of, seeing that the unit may play a role in the transportation of customers with cruise ships, not on a traditional fare-paying service, but ultimately details do remain scarce. All we know is that a new customer has taken on MSN 006, and this aircraft is meant to have a new era in front of it. Over to the final story. Korean Air, which has been moving ahead with the overhaul of its operations, now has a bit of a 777 conundrum. The South Korean company had previously unveiled its intention to invest over $200 million into the retrofitting of its Boeing 777 fleet. Planned endeavor was to see the installation of all new interiors, including premium economy seats, in an effort to bring the aircraft up to the standards of incoming jets. The program was to see the installation of 40 premium economy seats across 11 of the 777 fleet, specifically looking at the Dash 300 model. The average age of these 777s do greatly vary, but Korean Air was making the investment in a bid to continue increasing customer satisfaction levels and bring this cabin up to date with some of the latest arrivals. Aerotelegraph, however, says it is now encountering problems, with regulators pushing back at the work with a change of heart from the Korea Fair Trade Commission, stating that such an installation would cause a violation of the planned terms that had been put in place for the takeover of Asiana Airlines. There have been many regulations imposed by regulators around the world to see this mega deal go ahead, and as a result, many changes have needed to be made by Korean Air to get the takeover over the line. Involving the regulatory matters concerning this, the feeling is that by adding premium economy seating, there will be associated increases in ticket prices. While bad for customers, this technically would be fine for an airline in any other instance, but where Korean Air is now being forced to comply with regulatory measures as part of a merger deal that firmly said ticket prices should not increase further on specific routes, you can probably understand why this is causing a little bit of uproar. I am very much keen to hear your opinion down below in the comments. Thank you very much for your support. Take care, do be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for your latest aviation industry recap. And we'll fly.